Okay, so I usually don't make follow-up videos of this small size anymore, but with there just being so much winter event stuff to talk about, like a bunch of little things that have just come out ever since I made that video last week, I think, I just feel the need to just kind of talk about everything, even though at this point it's confirmed, like 100% confirmed, that Frosty is returning for the winter event. I don't think there's anything else that would need to be said to prove it, literally, because it was tweeted out that Frosty is coming back. But I did want to talk about the teaser itself because I thought it was pretty interesting. People have already pointed it out already, but I think it is pretty interesting that it seems like, while yes, Frosty is returning, he's not going to be the main antagonist of this event. And there's some other things that the GJ posted, some other things that John has said, and just stuff that we can just draw conclusions from that I just wanted to talk about here. So, going back to that big teaser, you know, the one that gives us the release date and shows Titan, Frosty, and the guy in the middle. In case you haven't noticed, the guy in the middle is not Frosty, or at least that's not who I think Frosty is. Frosty is the guy to the right, actually. We can tell because it's his phase 2. He's in that classic design with the 4 eyes. Titan is obviously to the other side. He's got only the 2 eyes in the helmet. But yeah, this is Frosty in his second form. Interesting thing to note, the crystal on his chest is not glowing. We can see that the Titan's crystals are clearly glowing. The guy in the middle, his crystals are clearly glowing. I'm going to call him Vigamadir, just for, I know I'm butchering that. I know I'll get to why I'm calling him that later, but with Frosty we can see that his crystals clearly are not glowing. And we're going to come back to the fact that his crystals are not glowing in just a moment, but I want to talk about this guy in the center. This guy in the center is probably the actual final boss, big bad guy of the winter event. Because, like I said in the last video, and like many of you know, Frosty died at the end of his event. He is super dead. In fact, you see his corpse, and then in Winter 2022, we see that his soul is actually possessing the body of a different boss entirely, Revenant. That's a whole thing. But this guy in the middle is likely the person who took Frosty's place after Frosty died. And so this guy, we got a bunch of these teasers and leaks with the GJ. He was posting a lot of stuff. The GJ, by the way, he's been carrying the quote-unquote marketing for this event. Like, John really hasn't posted as much as the GJ has really been carrying, like, the lore part of the speculation for this event. But anyways, this guy in the middle, we got a bunch of teasers earlier where it was a bunch of stuff in Nordic, which is pretty interesting. Tower Galactica fans, rise up, Nordic. Jotunheim reference. But yeah, one of the words was Vigamadir, which translates, I think it was like giant, like warrior, or like strong warrior, like giant warrior, ice giant, or something like that. It was something like that. I forgot exactly what it was. Someone can tell me in the comments. I believe that Vigamadir refers to this guy right here, this guy in the middle. We actually got these other two like phrases. I'm trying to remember them off the top of my head because I didn't script this video. This video is very impromptu, if you couldn't tell. So we got this like other teaser very recently. This was like 12 hours ago, I think. And it basically said, I'm going to butcher this once again, Ek em Civikin. That's, once again, Nordic, I believe, and it translates to, I am betrayed. And then we got the song, which had, like, hidden lyrics that said, to him I am bound. So, my theory here, essentially, is that after Frosty died, this guy, Vigamadir, he took over, since Frosty was dead for a really long time. And while he was gone, this guy, Vigamadir, he made a deal with Dr. Xenon. I don't know when exactly, because we don't know the timing of this event yet, but Vigamadir, he made a deal with Dr. Xenon, and a part of this, I guess, was reviving Frosty. I think Frosty here has been revived from the dead because his armor isn't glowing. It doesn't have the power that it used to. Like with Titan, we can see there have been many Titans, so their crystals would still be glowing. Obviously, the Frosty guy, Vigamadir guy, he's still glowing, but Frosty himself, only his eyes are glowing because he's been revived. He's not been fully, like, alive. So he probably feels betrayed because Vigamadir made a deal with someone who is literally his enemy, Xenon, who was part of the GDA, who killed him back in the past. And then we have To Him I Am Bound, which might be signifying the fact that his soul is bound to Vigamadir because Vigamadir is the one who revived him from the dead. That's just a little crackpot theory. That's really all that there's been, so yeah. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys all next time.
Guys, do not look at my avatar.
What? Oh! Oh my god!
Oh no.